On AEW Dynamite, did Swerve Strickland allow Will Ospreay to hold his championship belt for a second time? Or did Swerve say, that doesn't work for me, bruv?
And could Mina Shirakawa, Mariah May, and Timeless Tony Storm toast victory and coexist against the Outcasts? That's as good as I'm getting today.
Wait, guys, there was actually a pretty good Jericho segment this week. What's going on? All that and more in this week's episode of the Grapple-Sauce. Hit it, Dave.
Hello, everyone out there. Daver here. Welcome to the show.
Hey, this guy's Chad.
And Chandler's back as well. How we doing, Dave?
And doing pretty good. Coming off a go-home edition of AEW Dynamite from Buffalo, New York. I rather enjoyed it. It flew by. They had everything we needed to kind of, line up the pay-per-view, make sure we knew all the matches. We had one more new match announced. Pretty excited about that. It went a different direction than what I thought it would be. We'll get to that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. What did you two think of the episode?
Yeah, I thought it was great. It was chaotic, weird. It was kind of loose. It had like a almost house show feel to it. Some of the other podcasts I was listening to throughout the day weren't super high on this show, but I actually had a really good time. For me, it was a popcorn episode. How about you, Chandler?
I thought it was a fairly good episode, honestly. I thought there was a pretty good women's segment. As I said in the intro, I thought that Jericho segment was actually pretty good. May not be for just Jericho, but I thought all around it was pretty good. I liked the progression of the Swerve and Ospreay feud. There were a couple like weird bits, I guess, or just like bits that I just like am questioning about the future of what we're doing on the road to All In. Not to steal that from WWE, but we are on the way to All In. We're almost there. So it's just interesting some of the steps they're making. But who knows? They could swerve us when we drive. Ha ha ha. How about them news? Any news? I got one. Dijak is gone. Dijak is gone. He's going away. He's leaving WWE. So have you been able to see any Dijak matches, Chad or Dave?
Yeah, I saw Keith Lee and Dijak live in Portland right before the pandemic for NXT TakeOver in Portland. It was amazing.
I've never seen him wrestle, but I know about him through Chad talking about his match against Keith Lee. So I know they've got history. I know we have no idea what's going on with Keith Lee, his health, if he'll be back. But hey, I'd like to see them together wrestling in AEW.
Be pretty fun to see because I've never seen them together, but I would love to.
Yeah, I was into that. That was actually on my list of shows to make you guys review if we ever get back around to doing the retro reviews.
Well, Collision has to be bad again.
Give it time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they actually pre-taped Collision on Thursday. They did that with we went to a live or a Collision on Thursday for the same kind of reasoning before. They don't want to have a live show the night before a pay-per-view. That makes sense. But yeah, looked like a pretty good card. We finally got a Stephanie Vekor match on AEW television. She faced Lady Frost. So I know who won, but
Lady Frost, right?
I'm a big Lady Frost mark. She's really cool. And speaking of lower card jobbers, I want them to bring back Queen Aminata on
she's
AEW
great
television.
Look, it can't all be Athena carrying the women's division on Ring of Honor. You got to have some help from Queen Aminata. So that we just lost her on AEW, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other news, I kind of told Dave before we started. Prestige tag team champions, Sinner and Saints. Sounds like they're going to be headed on down to TNA.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's
they're
pretty big.
fantastic. I hope they get to keep their music. I love their intro music.
Yep, really enjoy it. Um, yeah, Tony Khan did a media call for Forbidden Door.
He sure
He's
did.
yeah, he sure did. He talked about things like Britt Baker coming back, among other things. But kind of the big thing that I took out of it was he is more than welcome to have Shane McMahon in
Money, money,
AEW.
money.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
Uh,
Oh, if he shows up and teams up with the Bucks, I'll,
Is
I'll
he the
say
wild card?
I'll say AEW is peak fiction. Because they said that the wild card was theirs.
Yeah.
The Bucks said that the wild card was their pick. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Shane McMahon wins the Owen Hart tournament and goes on to main event All In because of the
He
Bucks.
is the best
And
wrestler in the world
he pins Osprey in the center of that ring. Oh,
with two
okay.
blown out quads.
That would be the funniest thing. That would be the funniest because you'd have to beat Brian Danielson. You have to beat Jay White. You have to beat Jeff Jarrett. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Please.
So
Please.
is that the thumbnail? Shane O'Mac is all elite.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Um, yeah, for my Forbidden Door prediction video thumbnail, I went against my initial
It was
thought and came up with
fantastic.
a.
I love that thumbnail.
I was like, man, I was leaning towards a Nostradamus, something with him. But it's like every picture I saw is like no one's gonna freaking know who this is. So I was like, okay, crystal ball, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I was like, okay, this looks good.
Yeah, it was clean. I thought it was a great graphic. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, got a few views on that puppy. Um, yeah, I guess for the first time ever, let's go ahead and address a comment we got on
Ooh.
the Forbidden Door video, and kind of explain ourselves and tell our viewpoints on what we
I
got here. So
was
this
just
is
saying what I'm
pertaining
thinking of.
to.
I actually just replied to it too.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you did. But yeah, this is from Rysek Sangle. Naito's not winning. You guys should have actually watched Mox versus Barnett. It was a great match. I agree.
It was
Definitely should have
fantastic.
watched
I
that.
had to go. I ended up. I didn't get to catch the whole thing, but I saw good caught some stuff on YouTube from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for sure. Thank you. But he ended it with, "You guys come across as Mox haters, so your view is biased." I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of going with my gut there. Like, I love John Moxley, um, but I feel
Same.
like I'm with you, Chad. He's a little overexposed.
Yeah, no, it's nothing against him. I love him. He's probably past decade easily top one of my top three, probably even higher. Love him. It's not his fault that he's just overbooked and overexposed. But no, I love him so much. I named my dog after him. I got a Moxley here. She's great. When
I'll
she's not pooping on the rug behind me in the middle of a podcast and making me smell it the whole time.
yeah. I'll take the blame for this. I'm a Moxley hater. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I do kind of. I'm just like uninterested in him right now. I guess
Yeah.
right. And I think I was pretty clear about it in the video. He's not really like, and it might not be him. It could be AW booking, but I'll just say he is not really making the IWGP title feel important right now.
Yeah.
So I don't care about it. I think AEW has too many belts. So them adding another one from a promotion I don't watch, which again I probably should, but I don't. I don't really care because they haven't made me care. They haven't really made it seem that important. And
Yeah.
I know they've had video packages and whatnot, but I watch AEW, so I want to see AEW championships. I want to see AEW belts, and I want to see AEW wrestlers. Now, that's not always the case because Forbidden Door is great, and when they have guest stars, it's great. But
Great.
I respect their opinion, saying Naito shouldn't win. I don't know anything about Naito. I'm 100% honest. I don't know anything about that guy. I just kind of want him to bring his title back to his promotion. I'm sure he's the babyface. I could
Yeah.
be wrong. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
a silly
Also,
prediction.
also, this isn't a news organization. We're three idiots talking about professional wrestling. It's all opinion. Yeah, of course we're going to be biased about the stuff we like and don't like. But that's the fun of it. Don't take it
Again,
we're literally three grown-ass men talking about pro wrestling. We're having fun.
yeah.
And also, but I just think it serves the narrative. He got it for a while, tried to put some shine on it. And also Naito put his spot in the G1 up for grabs. So if Moxley win,
Exactly.
he gets his spot in the G1. But I just think narratively speaking, it makes sense for me for Naito to win. But although that was before Naito did that, now it's like, do I want Moxley in the G1? Hell yeah, dude, that'd be fucking awesome.
I'm gonna say one more dumb thing. I loved Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, you did.
He should just come back as Dean Ambrose. Then I'd love it. You're dead
That
on.
would be funny if he loses to Naito, but then Dean Ambrose shows up at the G1.
Oh, can he bring back the wacky line one more time? Just one more time?
Yeah, it'd be like that time Mick Foley showed up at the Royal Rumble 3 times.
I've watched that YouTube video many a time. But yeah, my main viewpoint on why Naito's gonna win, uh, which is kind of contradicting of what he said. Or no, he said Naito's not winning, right?
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
said Naito shouldn't win.
yeah. But yeah, the whole G1 thing, I was under the impression that okay, there's only been 3 New Japan World Champions not in the G1 announced. So that just tells me with history that it was kind of already maybe accidentally predetermined.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for the belt to go home to its home company. It just feels like it's the time to me. That's kind of where I was coming from with the whole thing. But I love John Moxley. I just want him fully invested in AEW, going maybe for some kind of championship. I think maybe he could get some redemption with his international championship shenanigans with getting hurt and the Ray Phoenix stuff and all that. But yeah, he'd make a really great TNT champion, international champion, continental champion. Yeah, I just want him more focused on AEW.
Yeah.
Thank you for that comment, though. We appreciate it
you.
as always. And again, I think we all agree he's stale. Let's get one thing straight. He's not Jericho stale. He's not go away stale. Like none of us want John Moxley to go away. Maybe take a vacation because he's earned it. If he hasn't, that's that's more of a you've kind of carried this company on your back for so many years. In case you haven't gotten a vacation, go rest up, Bucko. But I don't know what he needs to do. I'm no expert. Just
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah. He definitely was gonna take a vacation until Brawl In and Brawl Out and all that stuff happened, and yeah. But yeah, I like John Moxley a lot. I just want him full-time AEW. But yeah, thank you for the comment. This is cool. We finally got to kind of talk about something that someone had an opinion
Right.
on. And yeah, everyone out there, don't be afraid to leave us a comment. And there's 2 other things we'd kind of really like you to do too. Uh, take the go to the pool table, get the little chalk, put it on your elbow, prime that sucker up. Go ahead and elbow drop that like button. And then we all know how to do a power bomb, but I'm going to walk you through it. Take your opponent, bend him over, put him in your crotch, power bomb that subscribe button. We really love your support. We're we're gaining some subscribers. We get like, I don't know, five to seven a week. That's not bad. We're climbing up there. Um, yeah, it's
Climbing them
cool. People,
ropes.
yeah, Jericho taught us how to do it. How to climb the ropes. But yeah, thank you for your support. And you guys want to get into this go home show at Dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, okay. Um, yeah, they got rid of the intro, didn't they?
Thank God.
We're
I
just
like this
we're
more.
just yeah. Yeah, the intro sucked. I like the old one. Light the fuse, break the rules. Like I'm still singing in my head right when Big Bang Theory goes off the air. Like every time. But yeah, I like the cold open. We got MJF right off the bat. He immediately gets interrupted by Daniel Garcia before he can even start talking. Daniel Garcia thanks MJF for saving him last week and says he's going to say nice things about MJF. MJF's like, go on.
That was gold.
Uh, MJF told Daniel Garcia, gonna say nice things about him. MJF told Daniel Garcia one time that he's more than a lackey or a background character. He's more like a pillar of AEW. Awesome. Yeah, I like that a lot. Daniel Garcia's loss to MJF for the AEW World title was the most embarrassing moment of his entire life, but that led him to have the run of his life. He said he wants to be the backbone in the future that AEW's built on. The crowd, hometown crowd for Daniel Garcia, they're chanting Danny, Danny. He thanks MJF for that. MJF thanks Daniel Garcia for talking about his kind deeds backstage. Not a lot of people bring that stuff up. MJF says Daniel Garcia earned his title shot last year. And then he says, even though he beat Daniel Garcia, he has grown exponentially. And he didn't run from the grind. He is the grind. Awesome. Yeah, that was a lot of respect being thrown around here. MJF proposes uh, MJF versus Daniel Garcia at Wembley Stadium, all in. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Really big deal. But Daniel Garcia is about to give his answer, and Will Ospreay interrupts and walks in the ring. Uh-oh, bruv. Ospreay put over Daniel Garcia. He kind of puts over Buffalo. He proposes Will Ospreay versus Daniel Garcia for the international title next week on Dynamite. Uh, Garcia accepts, and MJF is straight up upstaged, man. He looked like a chump. Uh, MJF tells Garcia he should focus on Will Ospreay and wishes him the best of luck and walks away looking pretty deterred. uh, so, yeah, Chandler, you kind of had a couple viewpoints about MJF's trajectory you wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, so don't get me wrong, I'm hyped for this because I like Daniel Garcia so much, and that's a big thing for Daniel Garcia. But last year, MJF main evented All In, and he just came back from injury. So it's an interesting choice for him to not like. It'd be one thing if they fought at Wembley and they built that story up over the couple months, but him just announcing it so grand, I didn't really get it. It doesn't really make sense for one of the biggest guys in the company to just do that. Um, it kind of just feels like they're kind of taking MJF for granted a little bit. Like I saw a comparison on Twitter when I was like right after I finished the show, and I thought it was pretty interesting. They said this would be kind of like Roman Reigns coming back after his big hiatus and saying, "I'm challenging Otis at WrestleMania." 'Cause that's like kind of true because they're both good wrestlers and they're both incredibly over with the crowd, but they're also not that big time, I guess, or like main event yet. They're great talent. They're just not on the high level, and maybe this is them getting them up there, but it doesn't feel like the logical conclusion. Like, why isn't MJF going after, say, Samoa Joe, right? That'd be a fun match for All In. And maybe they're swerving us. They're going to tell a longer term story with Osprey. Maybe, like, if I'm wrong and Osprey doesn't win, and maybe even if Osprey loses that international title somehow, maybe they're leading to MJF, Daniel Garcia, and Osprey at Wembley. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Then again, it'd feel weird not to give Osprey a main event, at least like marquee match, like 1-on-1 at Wembley, because he's Will Osprey, hometown. You know, I don't know. Just mixed. I'm very mixed about this. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah. No, it might be a little more convoluted or just overthought, because it has the potential to be really interesting and really good, because if it's more about the story between Osprey and MJF, like that could be a fantastic feud. But then are they just kind of dragging Garcia along for kind of like a couple quick matches? Like I feel like it's almost his time to like shine a little. Like he's been putting in the work. So I really hope that they are in fact investing in Garcia, not just using him as a plot point for the bigger story.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Brian Danielson Eddie Kingston story from Revolution, where they were trying to one up each other. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's done a little bit more subtly this time, of MJF and Osprey subtly one upping each other over Daniel Garcia. It's actually, like, now that I'm thinking about it, if that's what they're going with, it's kind of a pretty good long term story
Yeah.
they're telling, setting up.
So yeah,
Ooh.
hopefully the old time will tell thing, and it ends up being an awesome story and not just kind of like you're more concerned about.
Oh yeah, I hope they got something planned, and this is definitely one of those, I'm letting it play out, because that seems to be the case with AEW most times. Is you just got to let it play out, and they'll tell a good story in the end. So I'm sure this is going somewhere. It's just right off the hop. It's taking weird steps.
That's fair.
Yeah, whatever they do, Danny can't be collateral damage for a
Yeah,
bigger Osprey MJF story. They can't kill that momentum
Yeah.
that
yeah,
Daniel Garcia's got.
and
Long story short.
Daniel Garcia got a huge reaction tonight, but it was also in his hometown, and he always gets big reactions. But
Yeah.
I think if you start putting Daniel Garcia against Osprey, I think they're going to pick Osprey,
Yeah.
and that's just because Osprey is on another level. He's quite
Yeah.
frankly on another level in terms of crowd reaction and skill. And as much as I like Daniel Garcia, I prefer him to Osprey. I can't deny that Osprey's one
He's
level
not
ahead
human.
of him. No, so yeah, the crowd's going to pick Osprey. More than likely, they're going to pick Osprey unless they tell a killer match or Osprey goes heel, which I don't think he should. He's still getting incredible babyface reactions. He needs to leave the Don Callis family. I don't want him to feud with them because he's already wrestled all of them.
Yeah. No, he's big.
Yeah.
He's above them. He's better than them.
Yeah. Well, okay, you know what? He hasn't wrestled Trent yet. We haven't seen that match yet.
Yeah. Wait and see.
Osprey's gonna win the world title and he's gonna leave the Don Callis family. And he's like, all right, now it's time you fight the crown jewel, Trent Beretta. And Trent wins. He gets all the gold.
Nice.
Oh no. No. Yeah. Yeah, Garcia got a big pop. I know it was his hometown, but he's getting that pop everywhere,
Mhm.
no matter what. But yeah, the crowd is definitely going to cheer for Osprey. Um, yeah, just want to see it play out. We can't let Garcia lose his momentum. Yeah, how do they keep that momentum going and still tell the MJF Osprey story is what I want to know. So,
Honestly, I think I think it's time for Osprey to lose a match or two. Like if he ends up winning, which I still don't think he is, the big belt, then have him drop the other one to Garcia. Fucking, you want to launch that guy to the moon?
That would be crazy. I'd shit my pants.
Yeah.
If Garcia pinned Ospreay, I would shit my pants. And you can believe that.
Yeah, or maybe like that's part of Osprey's bigger story. Like he loses against Swerve and then loses the belt. Like he just like he's had what 16, 17 wins. He can eat a couple losses and then okay, now it's time to build up to that main event in Wembley. Like he's gotta pick it back up. That could be a cool story.
Could that hamper his momentum, though?
Osprey?
Yeah.
I don't
One
think
match
so.
after, he'll just like have him go against like somebody he hasn't gone of. He could throw on another 5-star match and he's back in it. Like,
You know what I'm literally thinking? Like, you could just have him fight somebody who's already faced, like, oh, hey, Takeshita, you want to go fight him again?
yeah,
Oh, hey, Osprey's back.
yeah,
Oh, hey, Danielson, you want to go fight Osprey? Oh, hey, he's back. Like, I'm kind of wrong in that. It's
yeah.
not that hard for,
Yeah,
even
he
if
just needs
Osprey
one
loses
more
his
5-star
momentum.
match, and it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Even if he somehow lost his momentum from a couple losses, he could gain it back in a week.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Garcia turning heel at any point during this love
I hope
triangle?
no. I hope not. If any of them go heel, it should be MJF
Yeah.
because
He did
it's
walk up to the left tunnel.
ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
damn, Chad. I
Yeah,
didn't
he's been
notice
going in
that.
and
Good.
out the left tunnel every time, but the like this time after the Osprey thing when he looked a little dejected, he stopped, looked, and then went up the left tunnel.
Okay. Good point. Okay. Yeah. The more we talk about this, the more I'm looking forward to seeing this happen. Like something juicy is going to happen coming up.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I sure hope
Shane
so.
McMahon is the wild card.
Yes. Oh, please. We'll
But
get
yeah,
to that.
we'll get to that. But yeah, after that, we have a Swerve Strickland promo. He calls out Will Ospreay for offering up world title shots before Forbidden Door. Says he's putting the cart in front of the horse and says Will Ospreay better focus on their match against Gates of Agony later on in the night. After that, we get the BCC, Moxley, Claudio, and Yuta versus Los Ingobernables Japan, Shingo, Takahashi, and Teton. Uh, so this is my first time seeing any of these three guys that I remember wrestling. They might have been in some kind of Forbidden Door pre-show or something in previous years. I'm not sure. Uh, but man, oh man, I think my takeaway on the uh, what are they? Lij, Teton. He is
Oof.
the one that blew me away. That I freaking got to see more of. And then Shingo, man, he is a powerhouse. Jesus. Yeah, really liked it. Takahashi, he didn't really stand out to me that much throughout the match. But yeah, we had Brian Danielson on commentary. Teton just looks quick and agile, and like I said, he really impressed me. Uh, uh, let's see, Shingo is able to get offense on every BCC member. He's a super heavy hitter. Uh, he lariats Moxley. Uh, Man, and that made me think Danielson is in for a fight
Oh yeah.
at Forbidden Door.
That stare down at the
Um,
end. Oof.
yeah, man. John Moxley hits Takahashi with a chair, and the ref calls a DQ. That came out of nowhere, man. They all brawl, and then Naito's music hits, and he appears on the ramp and taunts Moxley, starts taking off his jacket, takes off his stripper pants, and they brawl on the ramp. Then we got Takagi gives Yuta hammer and anvil elbows. Danielson leaves commentary to intervene, and they stare each other down. Great setup for the pay per view. I like that. Like that's just how they should have done that. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to both of their matches. This match was kind of a little semi preview of that. Pretty neat. But yeah, the match didn't go that long. due to the DQ, but it was super fun. I call it a popcorn match, like you like to say, Chad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun time. I enjoyed it. I thought the finish was kind of funny. But it served its purpose, and the bit with Naito at the end was friggin' hilarious. I like how he just comes in and he's like, "Nope, I do this on my time."
Yeah. I thought this was a pretty fun match as well. I think it was a fun match between the BCC versus Los Ingobernabes de Japón. I probably butchered that. But some things I really liked about this. John Moxley sold a heel kick fantastically from, I think, Teton. I might be wrong. But basically he like stuttered when he fell back. I thought that was a pretty fun sell. And then Shingo Takagi doing the hammer and anvil blows to the son of the BCC. Ooh, the heat, brother. The heat. Speaking of heat, I forgot about this in the news section, but Chelsea Green got into the Money in the Bank match. And do you know what she said if she wins the WWE, like one of the women's titles of the WWE? You know what she said?
No.
She's bringing back the Divas title, baby.
Ooh.
Think of the heat, pal. Think of the heat. I just randomly remembered that. I know that's not really news, but if that happens, I'll be the happiest man ever. Cause like it's not a good thing that they bring that back, but it's a good thing for Chelsea Green to bring back. So
Right?
that's what I want.
Ooh, I forgot to watch NXT.
Ah,
Did
Sean
anything
Spears
happen?
pinned the champ, so I don't think you missed much.
Did he win the belt?
No, it was a
Was it a
non-title
non-title?
match.
Yeah,
Setting
they're
up a
pushing Sean Spears to the moon on that show.
Yeah, there's a fatal four-way for the NXT title at their next premium live event. It's Javon Evans, Sean Spears, and Ethan Page versus old Trick.
Yep,
whoop that
that
trick.
seems right. That seems right. Cool. Yeah, I'll have to look at highlights. I don't know why. I just totally forgot to watch it.
You're busy,
Uh,
busy man.
um, cool. Yeah. Anyway, back to this match. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I like the DQ finish. They don't do that a lot in AEW, so when they do, I uh kind of get a kick out of it. So, cool. After that, we get a Owen Hart Cup match, round one match. Jay White versus Ray Phoenix. Really like this match. Everything that I thought it would be, it was. Nothing too boring, no botches. Everything was real smooth and fluid. Both men looked, like professionals. It was great. Penta accompanied Ray to the ring. I was getting a little worried about Penta not being around much longer, but he did do an interview and he said he's focusing on AEW right now. So
Nice.
that made me feel a little better. I don't want him to go, man. Honestly, he's an AEW original. Uh, at one point, Penta and Austin Gunn take turns doing their taunts over and over to the crowd, and they all get ejected by Rick Knox. A little bit later on, Ray Phoenix topes Jay White from the ring to the outside, and dude, he was so far away from the ring. Like Ray Phoenix went, God, like seemed like 20 feet out of the ring and just nailed him. Like it was like, how are you doing that? Inhuman. Phoenix does a super kick, then a tightrope kick, then a frog splash to White in quick succession and only gets a 2 count. Jay White DDTs Ray Phoenix out of nowhere. Then a sheer drop brainbuster covers him for only 2. Jay White gives Ray Phoenix a Uranagi for a 2 count. Man, how about Jay White and that Uranagi, man? No one really does them like very
Oh,
often. He
yeah.
does them almost every match.
Yeah. Him
Uh,
and Joe, 1A and 1B, they're both beautiful when they do it.
Mm-hmm.
God, isn't the rock bottom a Uranagi
It's a
technically.
rock bottom, but he goes to so the difference is the rock bottom, he goes to the floor. Uranagi, you land on your knees. No, that's the difference between the bookend and the rock bottom. I think okay, so I think like Uranagi, you kind of spin with it, or like some people spin with it, like especially Jay White spins with it. But I guess The Rock kind of spins with it too. I don't know. Maybe they're just the same move. Like
I think it
the
is the Uranagi.
sharpshooter and the Scorpion Deathlock are the same move. So
Yeah.
I think they just do that
Yeah.
sometimes.
I don't know what it is, but I really freaking love that move. Just saying.
Oh, it's great.
Uh, yeah. Jay White counters a belly to belly pile driver from Ray Phoenix into a Blade Runner for the win. He advances to the second round of the Owen Hart Cup. And then Christian Cage shows up and stares down the Bang Bang Gang, putting them on notice. They want the trios titles. Um, how are they going to play that out? When are they going to get their shot at that?
All in would be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that too. Um, we got to get the House of Pac though. They got to get their match right.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I imagine, yeah, either that or maybe Christian Cage and them beat them to get the number one contendership because they got some work to do.
Maybe the finals of the Owen Hart tournament is Pac and Jay White, and Pac beats Jay White, and that's kind of him getting his revenge on the Bang Bang game. I know he's already kind of gotten it with them losing the one match against the House of Black, but I don't know. I still think Pac will win the whole thing, and it'll be Pac and Ospreay at Wembley, but maybe not. We'll see.
Man, Buddy Matthews wasn't hurt at all.
Oh
No, he
yeah,
was off getting married.
that bastard.
Remember how we were like, the
Yeah,
fact that we're even
he's
debating
just so
this,
good at selling. He got us.
He did.
dude. Yeah, Rhea Ripley, Buddy Matthews are married now. They're both off, and
Poor
yeah, I'm happy
Dominic.
for them.
Did anyone let Dominic know?
Well, Dominic got married like a couple months ago. So poor Rhea Ripley, in fact. But
Oh,
obviously, congratulations to the both of them. And I think someone said this is the first wait, no, that's like wrong. I read that this is the first AEW WWE wedding. Like a wrestler of a AEW, and 'cause I think the only other one I can think about is Andrade and Charlotte. Did they get married when
Never
Andrade
got
was in
married.
AEW?
Are they married? I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think
they're
they're
married.
officially.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I just did.
Um,
Oh, I can
I
look
think
that
it
up.
was at that time where before Andrade actually got signed. Yeah, when
Really?
he was just doing the AAA stuff. I could be wrong. See, and Sean Spears is married to one of shoot, what was that tag team's name again?
oh man, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I like them too.
Oh, they're hilarious.
They were great in TNA. I liked them in
Yeah.
TNA. Uh, yeah, it could be, man. Could be
But
the
yet again,
first AEW.
they weren't in separate companies at the time. It might be.
So they got married May 27th, 2022.
Andrade debuted in 21, I think.
Oh, so yeah, Charlotte and Andrade are the first. I don't know
Well,
why I saw it. They must have just forgot now that Andrade's back in WWE. Sorry for that sidebar, but
Um, all right, so yeah, let's see. Owen Hart Cup, round one match. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Ray Phoenix, I know he was out for a long time, but ever since he came back, he had no ring rust whatsoever. Nailing those rope walks, those little boingy boingy
yeah.
like rope thingy he does. Like, man, oh man, he's so good, so freaking good. He loses so well, like Kyle O'Reilly.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, he was a one time. international title, one-time tag champ. So, that's nothing to scoff at. So he's had a little gold.
Hmm.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm now wondering how they're gonna fit in the House of Black trios match with the Bang Bang Gang.
Maybe it'll
That's
be a
gonna come.
trios title match.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Okay. That makes it
spicy.
interesting. I like that a lot.
the House of
Cool.
Black. We want the pink belts.
What? Wait a
Get the
minute.
Acclaimed in there. Why not? Why not? Make it a four-way. Who cares? To honor AEW's tradition of four ways, do a four-way trios title match.
Oh my God. Wow. That would be a overbooked, convoluted mess. Uh, cool. Anyway, after that, we get a Young Bucks promo. Nicholas says the Acclaimed took advantage of them when he brought the tag belt into the ring. Matthew says there's still AEW tag champs. Also, the Elite will insert their very own wild card into the Owen Hart Cup. Now, we all know who we think it is, but man, Shane O'Mac, baby. That
Wait,
would
you
be
guys
the
don't think it's gonna be Shane McMahon?
Well,
man. I
in a
mean,
recent interview with one of his kids, apparently he's still recovering from the quad thing.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fine. It'll just be Adam Page. Whatever. Okay, I guess.
yeah, I wrote Hangman down here, and I wrote uh what was it? The prop bet. I said yes.
Nice.
Oh, the Adam Page be in there?
Yep. uh, so yeah. Hopefully it's Hangman. I think that makes the absolute most sense of all.
Yeah.
I
I'd love
think,
for it to be something out of left field, like a debut or
yeah.
something. Not just
Heel Ricochet.
yeah. Marty Skrull. Kidding. Ooh,
Uh,
no.
Heel
nope.
Joe Hendry. The Young
Joey
Bucks
Ryan.
believe in Joe
Oh.
Hendry.
Yeah, why do I
Roman
keep just
Reigns.
naming canceled people?
What about Hulk Hogan?
Ooh, brother.
Hey,
Yeah.
and then that would be funny because it's not Tony Khan letting him into the building, it's the Young Bucks.
You got to remember there was a iteration of the NWO called the NWO Elite.
Ooh.
Oh, NW All Elite. Come on, Tony. You know you want to. You know you want to.
It was after the finger poke of doom when it was the shirt was half black and white and half red and white or red and black. Oh, that was the worst.
Come on, don't you
Ugh.
want Will Ospreay versus Hulk Hogan for the AEW World Title at Wembley? Don't you want that?
I do. I do.
You do,
I do.
brother. It's gonna happen.
I'd rather
Kind
have
of
Ric
do.
Flair.
Yeah, I think I'll take Ric Flair. I mean, Hulk Hogan said bad things, so man, Ric Flair did bad things.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think one's much better than the other. I think they're both kind of bad.
Yep.
Uh, Back to Shane McMahon, I guess.
Yep.
He's gonna
Okay.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
pull a Super Cena. He's gonna pull a Super Cena.
Yeah, maybe the interview was just a red herring,
It
man.
was a work,
Mhm.
brother.
Yeah, my dad Shane is just so injured. He can't possibly make it to that quarterfinal Owen Hart Cup tournament match where he's the wild card. Why would you even bring that up in this interview? What are you talking
Yep.
about? He can't make it. I see through you. I see through you.
Oh man.
Oh, here,
But
I'll
yeah,
throw a name out there just for shits and giggles. Ricky Starks.
yeah, that's what it should be. I
Apparently
did
he
read that.
hasn't been injured.
No, he has turned down multiple creative ideas, is what I read. He's the one
Really?
who's choosing not to be involved. He's turned things down that's been proposed to him.
I know
So
one thing I
that's
saw
from
was a
Fightful Select.
one thing I saw was a split with Big Bill and Big Bill heel Ricky Starks face. And I think they were gonna have Starks go over, and I think his explanation was it's gonna make Big Bill look like crap if he turns heel and then I beat him. And the plan was him to beat him. So Starks was like, I don't want to do it because I think Bill should probably beat me. Which I think it's really interesting. I've never really heard of that where someone's like, nah, brother, that doesn't work for me. I win, not happening. Like, I've never heard of that. Who's this guy, Ricky Starks? Get to WWE already. Come on, just go over.
He's only in every picture with Cody Rhodes
Right?
backstage at every WWE thing.
He was at the first Rumble he won. He was at the WrestleMania where he actually beat Roman. You can like find video footage of him like reacting. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think he might be going to back to the, or he might be going to WWE.
Yeah. So yeah, that's some good guesses here. Hangman, Ricky Starks, Ricky O'Shea.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see who it will be. But we don't know when that match will even be. It hasn't been announced for Forbidden Door.
No, it's Beach Break.
Beach Break, that's when we'll see the wild card brother.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. It's going to be Jeff Jarrett
Cool.
versus the Wild Card next week's Dynamite.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I like how the title of the episode is Orange Cassidy's finisher.
Wow, stealing from the best. I see. Tony Khan, you hack fraud.
Cool. Moving along, we got a acclaimed segment. Max Caster says they beat the Bucks last week, and no one was surprised. Anthony Bowens tells the Bucks not to make any excuses because they're going to be two-time tag champs. They get interrupted by Okada, and he says, "Wait, wait, wait, wait! Scissor me, bitch!" Uh, I don't know. It gets me every time. He all he's got to say is something with bitch after it, and it's funny.
Hmm.
Nicholas says they challenge the acclaimed and Daddy Ass at Forbidden Door. Daddy Ass says he is a big deal and knows a president, uh, and it's Tanahashi. Looks like Daddy Ass is going to sit this one out, huh? Uh, Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna get the Bucks and Okada versus the acclaimed and Tanahashi, the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah, sounds great. I'm really, really happy about that. I like this more than just the straight up tag match.
Yeah.
I
It'll,
didn't think I would, but I think this is
it'll
better.
be the fun popcorn match of the night.
Yeah,
It's fun. You'll get some laughs. They'll do some goofy shit. It'll be fun.
you had to get the
Mhm.
Bucks and Okada on that card somehow. So
Yep.
it's good to see him on there. And I think we all said if they were gonna do the Elite versus the Acclaimed for the tag titles at the Forbidden Door, we all said the Elite would win. Do we still agree with that? Do we all think the Elite will win? Or I can change my we can write it down in our notes for our
It's still
predictions.
time. Okay, I think the elite are gonna win now, but the acclaimed are gonna win when they have their match.
Yeah. 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 It's like when somebody when somebody has a match on Collision right before the big show, you know they're gonna win
Oh,
just to
math.
lose on the show.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's that philosophy right there. Little fitty booking.
Yep.
Interesting. So, are you guys going all three on the Elite for this match?
Yeah.
Okay, we're all the same.
Are these gang symbols?
Yeah. Am I
Can we
a
get
crypt now?
demonetized for that?
Am I a crypt now?
But back to the segment, I thought it was a fine one. Okada was funny, and then like it was just fine, right? Nothing special. I'm not super into the Acclaim's quest to beat the Bucks. I know someone's got to beat them, and they're in theory a fine like FTR supplement because they can't really wrestle right now. But I don't know. Like I don't really care. I hate to say it, I just don't really care right now. They might sway me on it, but and maybe that's the all-in match is the Acclaimed versus the Bucks, and they just think that crowd will go crazy for the Acclaimed. Maybe
Hot take. I'm wanting the Acclaim to turn heel.
be
Hmm,
interesting.
I think I'd be into him a lot more.
yeah.
Not join the elite and be heel, but just be dicks like
Yeah.
all around.
Yeah. Just like have all this like getting their mics cut and stuff. Finally, just push them over the edge.
Remember when they would
realize
use the boombox to
Yeah.
cheat in every match when they
Yeah.
first
They were
started?
heels when they started. Yeah.
I
You
like
never
the
got to see that, Chandler.
oh yeah, I like the idea of like I hate to say it like this, but a goody two shoes team like FTR can't beat them through sheer will and determination. So it's going to take assholes like the Acclaimed who cheat and steal their victory to get the titles off the Bucks. So it's kind of an interesting story. And then it's like, well, are the Acclaimed a worse devil than the Young Bucks?
Yeah.
Are they like worse off than what we had? That could be an interesting story, but I doubt they do that. I think they're going to keep them face.
Yeah, I'd be more interested if they were bad guys. Cool. After that, we get a glorious promo from the conglomeration. We got
Glorious.
uh Mark Briscoe spitting wisdom, talking about having one belt on one shoulder, and how did he put it, Chandler?
He's got two shoulders and one title, so he's got to get to work on Sunday. And
Then we
then
got Kyle O'Reilly doing his best Mark Briscoe impression. He nailed it. It was super good.
I like another quote I had from Briscoe was Zack Sabre Jr., you Peppa Pig. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's just because they're both British, but it's
Yeah.
perfect because it's Mark Briscoe.
Gonna beat you so bad, Zack Sabre Senior can't recognize you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is like the highlight of my Dynamites
Yeah.
lately. My two favorite factions are the conglomeration and the Hook Shibata Joe combo. Those are my favorite things to see on TV right now. But yeah, uh, good stuff. Love the conglomeration. I'm glad they're being called that now officially. They need a
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Oh
Tell you
yeah,
what.
I'll buy it. Speaking of t-shirts,
Uh,
has anybody seen the shut up bitch t-shirt?
No.
No,
Is
they
it
Oh, it's
good?
great. It's got a Ferrari and it's got him with his big cheesy grin and it just says shut up bitch. I was like, I need it.
That's pretty
Yep.
fun.
They need a better sicko shirt. I know I mentioned
Yeah.
that before. I don't like the one they came out with. It's pretty generic and boring. So uh yeah. Um yeah. After that amazing conglomeration promo, we got a really fun match and then a little I don't want to call it a segment, but a little shenanigans after the match. Tony Storm, Mariah May, and Mina Shirakawa having to team together against Saraya, Anna Jay, and Harley Cameron. Uh,
Can
one
they
thing I want,
coexist? Just can they coexist? That's what I want to know.
um, I think my biggest takeaway, or one of my biggest takeaways, is man, Harley Cameron has really come along.
Yeah.
Like, she hasn't even
Yeah.
been like training to wrestle for more than like a year or something, from what I understand. She just started training. Like, she's freaking good. I really enjoy it. She really is a natural. Soraya looked good, limber, and uh,
Yeah,
clearly Anna.
she got her presence back too. I like she's got that aura again.
Yeah, yeah. Anna Jay looking good. Yeah, everybody looked good in this match, and nothing was sloppy. No botches. Everything looked crisp. Yeah, really loved it. Mariah May. Uh, First, she comes through the tunnel with Tony Storm, and then goes back real quick and comes out the other tunnel with Mina Shirakawa, and they do a little dance routine together. Where was Nigel when you need him? Uh, let's
You're
see,
telling me.
Mina. At one point, Mina Shirakawa tags Mariah May instead of Tony Storm. Tony Storm is not happy about it. Mariah May and Shirakawa do a little shimmy. Tony Storm does it sarcastically to the crowd. Uh, Mariah May has Harley Cameron by her hair, and she's in the corner and can't decide who to tag in, Mina or Tony. They both end up trying to tag Mariah May, so it doesn't count. Uh, uh, let's see. Uh, they both say she's mine when they tag her. Tony Storm and Mariah May. And Mina Shirakawa looked really strong, like really good wrestling. Mina Shirakawa gets let's see, who'd she get? Harley Cameron in the Mina driver.
Mhm.
Uh, and she ends up winning with that move. They celebrate with champagne. Mina Shirakawa goes to smash a bottle of champagne over Tony Storm's head, but Tony Storm ducks, and Mina hits Mariah May with it. And she sold that really well. She's down. She's looking hurt. Uh, yeah, that was a nice way to end that segment. I thought she was going to hit Tony Storm
Right?
for sure. And, Mariah May is going to be torn about it and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I really liked how that played out. I think that was really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been enjoying this whole story, and it's really cool. It's gonna be fun to see it come to like all the way to Wembley, and hopefully get Tony and her understudy going at it. I think it's been a really well told story so far.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this really long-term story they've told with the women, Mariah May and Tony Storm specifically, and I've been calling this Mina Shirakawa match since Mina Shirakawa started turning up on Dynamite, so I'm happy it's coming. I can't wait to see it. And then they all looked, like you said, they all looked great during this match. Even Saraya, Anna Jay, and Harley Cameron. Like everyone had a good time. Everyone looked great. And then the bit at the end, I'm digging it. I love it. I love how Tony Storm is finally like taking care and looking after Mariah May, and it's coming at the cost of Mina Shirakawa, who also means a whole lot to Mariah May. So it's interesting. It's very
Yeah,
interesting. So excited to see where it goes. Excited to see what Forbidden Door has for us.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of fun. It doesn't feel like face versus heel. It's just like a bunch of really strange and interesting people all just kind of involved with each other. It's really interesting. So
Mm.
yeah, kudos to them. And Tony Storm, as always, like even when she wasn't in the action, her body language, like just like radiating, like just kind of jealousy. And I was like, wow, this is really well done.
Yeah, there was a lot of really great acting on this Dynamite, which we'll talk about soon enough. Not just Kyle O'Reilly impersonating Marcus Briscoe. Tony Storm just looking so pissy when Mariah May would have the audacity to tag in Mina Shirakawa. Ooh, 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 ooh! Put that on a shirt and I'll buy it.
Is Mina Shirakawa the Stardom champion? She had a belt.
No, no, she was in a tag team with Mariah May, and like that's why they came
She
out together and did a dance because they did that dance in Stardom. Pretty sure.
She was wearing a Stardom Championship belt when she got in the
Let
ring.
me look. Let me look. Let me look.
Uh, it was like the star and a pink strap.
She is the
Uh,
current Artist of Stardom champion.
okay, yeah, it's not the main title, right? It's the lower card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. But maybe their main champion is the artist. I don't know. But yeah, okay, I was curious.
Oh, it's a 6 women tag team championship belt.
Oh,
So
cool.
Okay,
it's basically their trios title.
cool. All right, I knew she had some kind of championship.
Hmm.
Um, Speaking of women and championships, we got a Mercedes Moné and Stephanie Vacour video package into a Mercedes promo. She calls out Stephanie Vacour and says she's going to be ringside for her match on Collision. Um, yeah, that's basically it. They kind of showed a little. Oh, they kind of showed a little bit of her confronting Stephanie Vacour in Mexico City. Um, and they actually wrestled each other in the tournament for the women's New Japan Strong Women's Championship too. So they have some history. I think they showed a little bit of that match too. Um,
Cool.
your dog looks huge.
She's got
um,
really long legs.
Mm.
yeah. Cool. Then we got a actually good Chris Jericho segment. Hi Chandler.
Hi guys. Hi,
Hi
hi
guys.
guys. It was good.
It's the learning tree.
And it wasn't because he was self-referential or anything. It was real. It felt
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, he almost didn't say anything. He just stood there and emoted. It was actually pretty well done.
The charisma. I felt it from Jericho for the first time in years. It was great. I didn't feel embarrassed.
Yep. Bill calls or first of all, what did he call them? The Socrates of the sickos.
Hmm.
I love that. Big Bill calls out Joe, Hook, and Shibata for hurting Brian Keith on Collision and challenges them for a trios match. He says, when one door closes, another forbidden door opens. Jericho says he's uh, in AEW for the young guys. It's not that Joe and Hook and Shibata hurt Keith, but they uh, he found another partner. Uh, he introduces a video package to introduce his partner, and it's Minoru Suzuki. But he's not saying what he thinks he was going to say. He said he would never team with Jericho. He doesn't like basically what he's doing right now. He doesn't believe in it, but he wants to have a FTW match against Jericho instead. Hopefully, we'll get that down the line, right? Man,
Yeah, it
seeing
was on
Minoru
Rampage.
Suzuki.
I'm kidding.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I would know. I would know. Dude, watching Minoru Suzuki like 25 feet away from us at Prestige
Oof.
was insane. Like, he is such a freaking legend. Uh, I'm so glad I know who he is and I know his style, and he's been all over AEW, and I'm just really glad I have the opportunity to become a fan of
Right?
Minoru Suzuki. Um, let's see, Joe, Hook, and Shibata walk out. Joe says, "Isn't this awkward?" uh, Jericho struck out again. Joe says they watched all Jericho's Learning Tree segments and they wanted to find words for how it made them feel. Shibata sums it up perfectly. He puts his phone up to the mic and says, "Oh, brother, this guy sucks." Love it. Jericho just looks so deflated and defeated. Uh, Jericho's so upset. He slaps Samoa Joe. Big mistake. Samoa Joe headbutts Jericho. They all brawl. The Learning Tree run away. And yeah, that's the end of that segment. It was good. It was real good.
Yeah. Cinema, as the kids say. This is AEW's bloodline. I'll be the one to say it. I'll stand up. I'll stand up and say it. This is AEW's bloodline. I'm joking. But I really liked it. Like Jericho felt real. It wasn't some corny, like even before he started the learning gimmick, he just felt corny. So it was finally like him kind of being like shown up in a way, like, oh no, Jericho, you suck. Not just cool guys that we like Samoa Joe and Hook and Shibata. It's people who you like Minoru Suzuki. Like you guys teamed up last year. It makes sense that you guys would probably team up this year and win, but not how it works, Jack. So I thought it was a really interesting way to play it, and I'm actually excited about this match on the Forbidden
Yeah.
Door, which as of Dynamite we didn't know who their opponent was, but on Collision or who Jericho and Big Bill's teammate will be, we do know it from the Collision tapings. So we'll keep that secret. You can watch Collision and find that out. There you go, Tony Khan. There's your one shill for the night. You're welcome.
It'll be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It'll be
so good.
great. Watch Collision
It's gonna be in Jacksonville.
from Jacksonville. Oh man. After that, we got a freaking technical masterpiece of a match. Absolutely loved it. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kyle O'Reilly. Orange Cassidy on commentary. Not doing a good job at all.
He was
Which
great. He was fantastic. I wrote my favorite bit of this match was Orange Cassidy because he went like Zack Sabre Jr. just put Kyle O'Reilly in an armbar, and he went, Taz, if he puts me in an armbar, I should probably get out of it, right? And Taz
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you should. Like, it was brilliant. Just brilliant.
it was so bad, it was brilliant on
Yes.
commentary. Let me
Yes.
put it that way.
Rejuvenated my
Uh,
love for Orange Cassidy.
O'Reilly gets Zack Sabre Jr. in a Juji Katami, but Zack Sabre Jr. counters right into one of his own. Dude, this dude is a counter machine. Like, there's nothing you can get on him that he can't get out of. Like, literally nothing. He's got an answer for everything. It's so good, man. Zack Sabre Jr. goes after Kyle O'Reilly's neck at one point. Kyle O'Reilly goes after Zack Sabre Jr.'s leg, gets him in an ankle lock, a really beautiful leg sweep. The leg sweep is the move that I'm always waiting for Kyle O'Reilly to do. That's the move I need to see him do in every match, like Jay White, the Uranagi. Um, so many counters and reversals. Like they were both just like bam, 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 like over and over, getting out of every move, uh, rolling all over the mat, like arm bars and this and that and submissions. Like, oh, it was unbelievable. Kyle O'Reilly knees Zack Sabre Jr. in the stomach at one point. Zack Sabre Jr. gets O'Reilly in an arm lock, and O'Reilly ends up tapping like right away. Like it looked
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah. He
Um,
knew. He knew. He's like, yep, not getting out of this.
yep, yep. Fantastic match. Man, I want AEW to pick up Zack Sabre Jr. I'd like to look up his contract status if it's out there. Um, I'd feel bad for New Japan because
Right.
Tony Khan's getting all their like, good talent, all their non-Japanese big stars. It seems like I guess Okada,
Yeah.
Japanese, he got him. But man, yeah, I want to see him on Dynamite and Collision every freaking week, all the time. Um, let's see, Orange Cassidy gets in the ring to check on O'Reilly, TMDK, the whole stable comes out and they stare down Orange Cassidy. And then what do we got? Ishii. His music hits and he stands side by side with Orange Cassidy. Are they going to get him in maybe a pre-show match against TMDK? Maybe something, because we had Gabe Kidd out there with Roderick Strong and the Undisputed Kingdom ringside during this whole match. Yeah, I want to see what they're going to do with that. What was the match with Gabe Kidd? Was that against Roderick Strong coming up? Does anyone remember?
It was Gabe Kidd and Roderick Strong versus the Infantry. I know it's on Rampage.
Ah,
Who?
yep. Wait, who are the
The
Infantry?
By the way,
If you-
I was gonna say I looked up Zack Sabre Jr.'s contract status. I couldn't really find anything out. All I
Yeah.
know is that in 2023, he said in a promo, so who knows how legit it is, but he says he's turned down all contracts from American promotions, and he was going on about how what like it's something quote like what New Japan has been staring them in the face for 7 years. And he's talking about himself. So that probably means he's pretty focused on New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially since Ospreay and Okada left.
Well, I can just wait around for Forbidden Door season. I mean, shit, he made or had a match at Wrestle Dream against Danielson. So yeah, I'll take him when I can get him. I mean, we saw him live, Chad.
Technically, he's wrestled for WWE too, so don't get too cocky, Dave. You know he's not dead to rights.
No.
Yeah,
got to see him in Prestige not that long ago.
God, yep, 25 feet away from my face, watching
Dave.
Zack Sabre Jr.
I got two fun I got a question for you. Okay, it's a little trivia. So, in the 2016 Cruiserweight Classic, this is the one time that Zack Sabre Jr. wrestled for WWE. Can you name the other former New Japan Pro Wrestling star / current AEW star that was also in that Cruiserweight Classic?
Was it Okada?
No, he's not your favorite.
New Japan star in AEW. Former New Japan star.
Current AEW star.
And I'm not big on him.
He hasn't been around for a while.
God. New Japan.
Man,
I don't know.
Too.
Kota Ibushi.
Oh, yeah. I don't like Kota Ibushi.
And what's funny is I think they were planning on signing everyone in that tournament, right? Because you want Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi in your company, especially 2016, no less. But the problem with that was like it was going to be those two in the final, I think, and then they both were like, never mind, we're not gonna sign. So they went out in like the quarter or the semifinals. I think the final was TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick. And I think
that sounds familiar.
I didn't watch it. I just remember like hearing about it, and then I found that out years later. Like they were probably gonna have it be the final Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kota Ibushi, and then it was gonna be one of those two winning it. So that would have been fun.
Yeah,
but that's where like a lot of people started in WWE, like Cedric Alexander, Grand Metalik. There was a name that I think Buddy Matthews came into that tournament. Like a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. I'm not big on Ibushi for sure. He didn't impress me in any of his AEW matches. So
I'll be the devil's advocate and say he was probably pretty dang good back in the day. So
yeah,
I'm sure if you watch some of his older New Japan work, you'd have a different opinion on him. More of a like man, like what could have been. Kind of like watching John Cena nowadays. We're like, man, I remember when you were fantastic.
I want to see Kenta back in AEW doing something. I wish he would have showed up for Forbidden Door season. I really like Kenta.
I think he's just got bad beef with American companies. Like, has he ever worked with AEW?
He was teasing a CM Punk match.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think that was like, I don't think he actually wanted it. Didn't he say something like they need to pay me like a lot of money, like all the money? I think he said that.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I like Kenta a lot. Okada, clearly, I love. Yeah, Ibushi never did it for me. Maybe he can win me over. There's time, but so far I'm not into it. All right, let's see. We're already at our main event for the evening. This is a Can They Coexist match, another one. Swerve Strickland teaming with Will Ospreay, his opponent for Forbidden Door, against the Gates of Agony. Yeah, fun match. I like the usage of Gates of Agony. I think they are put in the correct matches to lose to the right people. There's history between them and Swerve, clearly, with the Mogul Embassy and them turning on him. Uh, they're both powerful, awesome wrestlers, and I really, really enjoy them. I know they're going to lose a lot. They lose more than Brian Cage, uh, which makes sense. But yeah, they're great. They both came out with their traditional. Khan was in his Cameroon uh, traditional garb, and Toa Leona was uh, Samoan Islands, I think, or something. Uh, but yeah, good stuff. Osprey gives Khan an inverted monkey flip, and he flies all the way across the ring. Swerve and Osprey are able to work together, actually, to kind of thwart the Gates of Agony at first. Osprey almost kicks Swerve, um, but Leona takes them both out while they're kind of like, what just happened? Uh, Swerve gets isolated by the Gates of Agony, and they punish him. We get a hot tag to Osprey. He does a uh, flipping Pele kick to both members of the Gates of Agony. Then a standing shooting star press to Khan for a 2 count. Swerve does his swerve stomp to Toa Leona on the floor from the ring, and Osprey does a Spanish fly to Khan for a 2 count. Will Osprey accidentally kick Swerve off the apron? Knew it was coming. Osprey gives Toa Leona a reverse Hurricane Rana with a little help from Swerve. Uh, let's see. Leona takes an Oz cutter, and Osprey covers, but Leona kicks out. Swerve does a let's see. He snaps Khan's arm. Then Toa Leona gets a hidden blade from Will Ospreay for the win. Uh, at some point after the win, Ospreay sneakily. I feel like I kind of missed it. Did he just take the belt off Swerve's shoulder? Like,
No,
Yeah,
you
it
just
was like,
yoinked it.
yeah, it was real quick.
like quick, like whoop, like a
Mhm.
freaking pickpocket.
Yeah. Oi, bruv, I just nicked your little toy there, love. Oh, you feel about that, Swerve? Oh, shit, you on Sunday, mate? He should have cut that promo. This would have been segment of the year.
But yeah, Osprey grabs Swerve's belt, puts it over his shoulder. He's like, ha, 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 ha. Swerve's having none of it. He gives Will Osprey a house call and takes his belt back and stands over him, looking strong. Yeah, that was a nice comeback there for Swerve. You can't let him do that again.
Yeah.
Mhm. Made Swerve look really good. Osprey sold that house call like it killed him. Uh, yeah, good fun match to end the show. surprisingly, I wasn't sick of the "can they coexist" trope by the end of this, even though they did it twice. I feel like both times they did it pretty well with
Hmm.
different endings, right? Like, the Tony Storm Mina Shirakawa segment had Mariah May in the mix, and so Mina accidentally hitting Mariah was a lot more
Yeah.
interesting than, or it was interesting in its own way, and then Osprey taking the title and Swerve actually retaliating against him for it. That was interesting in its own way too. So they did the same angle twice, and it worked twice. So
Yeah.
kudos to them.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, all in all, I enjoyed the heck out of the show.
It made me, I'm always looking forward to an AEW pay-per-view. But their build up to pay-per-views have been on another level, bruv. Like, uh, yeah, they did everything right to make every match seem that more
Yeah.
consequential.
We even
Um,
kind of care about Chris Jericho right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match, and it's not just because Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata are in it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, really enjoyed it. I'm kind of interested in seeing how Collision goes. I know they already pre-taped it. A lot of the spoilers are on the interwebs, so um, yeah, should be great. I'm gonna have to check out Collision, and we're gonna be doing our Forbidden Door review one day later than usual.
Yeah,
We'll
work
probably
stuff.
have that. Yeah, we'll probably have that uploaded maybe Wednesday morning. Um, but yeah, that should be a fun one too. We'll see who won the predictions. I think I went a little overboard on the prop bets, but we'll see. We'll
That makes it
see.
fun. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with another go home in the books, does that change anybody's predictions?
Mm,
Still all in on Swerve?
I'm still thinking Osprey will
Yeah.
win.
I can't remember what if I um, split my points for that match. I can't remember if I think I went all in on Swerve. Can't remember. Uh, but yeah, man, I think it's too soon to take that off.
Yeah.
Uh, Osprey made him look too weak there for like a week or two, and I think they got to turn that around with. Yeah, I think Swerve is going to do something evil.
Yeah, yeah. And my prediction is the end of the match is Swerve hitting him with the Tiger Driver 91.
That would be fun. That'd be
Mm.
that'd be that'd be cinema, as the kids say.
So would it slap
Ooh, do the kids
or
still use that one?
slay?
It would be
Uh,
fire AF, lit
I heard
AF.
I heard today uh, something was big slay, so it'll probably be that.
Hmm. You know what else would
uh,
be big slay? If you climbed up to that top rope,
Ooh.
dusted off your old elbow there, and you elbow dropped that like button. And then what would be lit AF, as the children say, would be putting your opponent, bending them down into the crotch, upsy daisy, power bomb them into that subscribe button, and then leave a
with the
like.
subscribe bottom.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh,
And then leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what match you're excited for the most. I think for me, what match am I most excited for? I think Swerve and Osprey will be the best match no matter what. I think you'd be hard pressed to not have that be the best match. And then Zack Sabre Jr. and
mm,
Orange Cassidy
yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Good show.
Uh, that match overtook my desire to see Mercedes and Stephanie Vacour. I'm now a little more uh, anticipating Zack Sabre Jr. Orange Cassidy
I feel like
slightly more than.
the build to the Monet Vakur match has kind of like gone off a cliff. Like, I
Yeah.
know he got a
It's just
promo
been the
for
same
it.
note over and over and over again.
it was good the first week where we're like, ooh, Monet just beat I think Sky Blue, and then Vakur came out and held up the title. Ooh, scary, and then that was it. That's all the build we've really got, and that
Yeah,
it's
there's just
title
been
for
just some
title.
video packages saying the same thing over and over again.
Stephanie Vakur is New Japan Strongest Women Champion. Mercedes Monet is TBS Champion.
They're
One of
gonna have a
them,
fight.
one of them will have both titles at the end of Forbidden Door. Who will it be? And I'm like, one of them. I don't know. We'll find out. Like,
One of the two.
I think one of my biggest complaints for this build to Forbidden Doors, there hasn't been enough beatdowns, baby.
Right?
Like, especially the Bryan Danielson Shingo Takagi thing should have ended in a beatdown. It just kind of like
Yeah.
ended. They were just staring at each other. So, um, and then they didn't like let Mina Shirakawa and Tony Storm beat each other up. The security held them back. Like I thought would have been much better if they beat each other up at least for a couple seconds, but not a whole lot of that this match or this build.
Do you guys think Adam Cole will show up at Forbidden Door?
Doesn't feel
No,
right yet. Doesn't feel right
no.
yet.
Maybe whatever MGF is doing at All In.
Maybe he's the
Maybe.
wild card.
No. Maybe, but no. It'd be muddy getting the Elite involved with the Devil
Right?
Dumpling gang.
Whatever happened to
It
Wardlow?
would.
Well,
Who?
no one has a title. Don't you remember? Adam Cole said Wardlow's job is protecting the titles in the Devil Dumpling gang, and then Roderick Strong lost the title, and no one cares about the Ring of Honor tag titles. So Wardlow has no job right
My
now.
work
Come
here is
on,
done.
long-term storytelling. They said it. Come on, don't you remember?
Wardlow to NXT confirmed.
Oh my gosh. No, get
Yeah.
that man on the main roster.
He's in the main event with Oba Femi before you know it.
That match would be so good, though. Come on, don't say something like Wardlow versus
Speaking of
Ola
it, I didn't
Femi.
get to watch it, but I listened to a review. You might want to at least catch the oh shoot, what are they? Tyler Bate and Butch Peter Dunn. What are they called now?
New Koch Republic.
Yeah, they apparently they had a pretty fire match on NXT.
With
NXT.
who? Axiom and Frazier or someone else?
Someone else. My brain is shot.
Why do you
We're
think Daddy Ass is sitting this one out?
It's Forbidden Door, and they had to get a guest star on the
yeah,
show. Like Tanahashi had to be in a match, so why not have him fight the Elite? I think it's more so we had to get a guest in this match, and kicking
yeah.
Billy Gunn out is the easiest way because he'll show up. He'll be at
Yeah,
ringside. He can.
there's a mini story because Okada and Tanahashi are rivals that just like Okada, like literally, I left the company to get away from you. Hi, bitch.
Cool. Yeah, I like Tanahashi. Every match I've seen of his has been really entertaining. I liked him versus MJF. Uh, let's see, who else has he had matches against in AEW? Um, MJF, and I can't remember the other ones, but really enjoy it. He's not a spring chicken,
Right?
but he can still go. Um, I know doing some of these top five videos, I've seen some footage of him like even like 5, 6 years ago, and he was like super fit and like spry and quick, and yeah, he's definitely slowed down a bit uh in the past few years, but yeah, really
Oh
enjoy
yeah, they
watching
fought the
him.
OC. Sorry, I just looked it up.
Mm.
Yeah. Poor Carl Anderson and Gallows.
Hey, they're
They
fine with it. They just get big money. They get big paychecks, and they don't got to show up to work a whole lot of the time,
Yeah,
so they're fine.
yeah, they're doing the same thing they were doing in TNA, just getting paid probably double.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Cool. Yeah, I'm digging the Owen Hart Cup. It definitely doesn't have the allure of the C2.
Yeah.
It's not quite on that level, but it's like a little appetizer, for when that comes around. Hold us over.
Mm.
Um, yeah, good stuff. I know there was a Owen Hart Cup women's match announced for Collision, I thought.
It was Deonna Purrazzo versus Sheeta,
Yeah.
Holy Sheeta.
which
That-
I know who wins that match, but I'm not telling you.
Ooh. Is that because you booked it?
Yeah. Tony Khan said, "Hey, who would you have win this one match?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, this woman. I think she should win for XYZ."
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I really liked the Jay White Ray Fenix match. That was really, really lit. Yeah, good episode. Really enjoyed it. Um, I hope their Fallout show is as good
Yeah.
as the go home.
Yeah. The fallout for the last pay-per-view was pretty dang good. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
typically the best dynamites are the ones right after a pay per view because that's when we get to see new feuds start. And I think AEW is really good at starting feuds
yeah.
and not always the best at ending them. Because maybe I'm just like WWE brained, and I'll fully admit that. But I'm used to when people lose a championship, they get a rematch for that championship like
True.
relatively quickly. Like I like a rematch clause. I don't think it should always be enforced, but I like it. So I kind of wish that happened. And like a lot of the times it's because the championship matches were so good, I want to see them again.
Yeah.
And you can run them back on a dynamite or a collision, and that might make dynamites and collisions feel a little bit more impactful if you're going, hey, that was a championship match that was just at a pay-per-view. We're running it back on dynamite. Isn't that crazy? Like I think I'd like that a whole lot more.
Yeah. 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 I
Yeah.
tend to find, there's not a lot of, well, once they sort of finish a feud, they don't like explore the fallout from those feuds a lot. Like
You
it's
just kind
just
of
like
move
on
on.
to the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes I want these feuds to be a bit longer. Like I know AEW does for the most part acknowledge not just long-term storytelling, but like previous beats that have happened. They do acknowledge that quite often, but sometimes I just wish feuds were a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come back on Wednesday at Beach Break, and we'll be on the road to All In. Like that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Mm-hmm. They haven't
Yeah.
really our tickets are on sale, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They have been
Yeah.
since like December.
They haven't really
Mhm.
announced it like at all.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think it's doing as good. They're not. They haven't opened nearly as many seats. They're keeping it around 50,000 this year.
It's probably smart, but I remember saying I was annoyed when they would mention All In stuff, but again, this is like their most important show, so I feel like they
Yeah,
should mention it more than they have been, right? I was just annoyed because I felt like All In was every segment, or like everything had to tie into All In, or we're going back to Wembley, and like cool. I don't really care on the road to Revolution, guys, but
yeah,
Yeah.
now that we're actually in summer and it's at the end of summer, I think we should probably start talking about it more. And quite frankly, they did. MJF did bring it up, but
yeah,
they should. I feel like we should at least get one plug. Like, hey guys, tickets are on sale to All In. Get them now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Technically, that's the first match announced.
Mm-hmm.
Garcia MJF. Awesome. Um, I keep hearing about this magical land called the Audio Realm.
Ooh.
What happens there?
So, if you don't want to see this ugly mug, which I can't blame you, or maybe you're driving around and you want to just listen to us, because it'd be very irresponsible of you to try to watch a YouTube video while you drive. Then you should check us out on the audio realm where all major podcasts are found, including, but not limited to, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Podbean, and anywhere else all major audio podcasts are found. And if it's not on the platform you prefer, leave us a comment, and I will try to get us up on there. If the technology doesn't defeat me first.
If you want us to buy a radio station, we'll try to do that, okay? We'll get on AM radio. We swear.
Dude, we should get a cable public access show.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll be like
Swing.
AEW backstage. We'll get like CM Punk to come on it. Wouldn't that be so great?
CM Punk.
It would be okay. Could you imagine the three of us reviewing AEW with CM Punk? Wouldn't that be just the best thing ever?
Would we
Yeah,
be eating
yeah, it
muffins
would.
with him?
We'd be like, "Oh, hey, that was a pretty fun match." He's like, "Oh, it sucked. They're just trying to go for 5 stars. Where's the storytelling, brother? Where was the business, brother?"
Then Drew McIntyre just walks out of backstage and power bombs him.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. But yeah, we'll have our own show one day, a real show. We'll get Chad with his fancy video camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. I want to interview someone at some point too. Uh,
Yeah.
start local, maybe Midnight Heat.
That'd be cool. Go to the wrestling school.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we have to get info from the greatest wrestlers of our century.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, who? Midnight Heat? Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We're the only people in the Prestige show rooting for them.
Oh yeah, I was loud and proud for them. I loved them, and they won. They beat what? Didn't they beat the Workhorsemen?
Uh-huh.
They beat the established talent. They were like the only Prestige people to do that.
Yeah, they were. Yep, that was good. Good stuff. There's another Prestige show. They're having like a tournament, a 2-night
Oh, cool.
tournament. Yeah, man, it's a lot of our favorite names are going to be in it. It's more of it's at the what's it called? The Armory or whatever,
Oh,
the
yeah.
smaller venue. So they're not going to get the big names for that. Yeah, Miro's there, Jaden, all of our local favorites.
I
So
thought you said Miro. I was like, so
Mira,
he can go to Prestige, but he can't show up to AEW. I thought he was injured.
yeah,
But
man,
Amira.
yeah. Where the hell's Miro at? He's always injured.
Yeah. Well, yeah, now he's nursing a broken heart.
He's got
Yep.
CM Punk syndrome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, poor guy. Cool. Yeah. I think that just about does it, huh, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chandler.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Dave.
Dave.
Thank you, everyone out there in YouTube and audio realm world for listening and being loyal. Again, we're not high tech and we're not a reputable wrestling news source. We're just 3 dudes talking about what we love. So
Yeah.
don't overthink it when you listen to us or get too riled up or too angry about our opinion.
That's just like our opinion, man.
Yep, they're like assholes. Everyone's got them.
Uh-huh.
We like what we like. What does Brian Zane always say? I gotta quote him. He's a great guy. Like what you like, but don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Yep, he's cool. Me and Chandler met him at a Prestige show, kinda.
I did. It was awkward, but great because I shook his hand. I was like, I've been watching your content for years. He was like, cool. Are you going to buy something? And I was like, bye.
I was
felt
like,
bad.
all right.
Because I
I
should have
asked
bought.
him.
Oh, what were you saying?
Yeah. I asked him, I'm like, all right, where do you think Amiro's going to sign? And he's like, Probably AEW.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
But yeah, he's cool. I really like his content. His reviews are good. I like how like concise his reviews are. They're not like drawn out with every little move, every little video clip. Definitely cliff noted pretty well. I like his stuff. But cool, yeah. Well, I think
Who's he gonna do the thing?
I might do the thing. Are you looking something up, Chandler?
Yeah, I was looking up collision results. I forgot about something. But
That hasn't happened
Well,
yet.
we're not gonna.
Don't look
We're not
into the
gonna-
future.
I'll stop. Okay, I'll stop.
Does Doc Brown not taught you anything? Dave, do the thing
Yeah,
before
man.
he ruins the space-time continuum.
I'm gonna do the thing. Oh, bye.
Peace.
Bye bye.